Have you ever felt frustrated while learning English? You know the words, you've practiced grammar, but speaking fluently still feels like a challenge. Don't worry, you're not alone. What if I told you there's a fun and effortless way to improve your English? A way that feels more like entertainment than study. Welcome to today's video on ChatSmart English, where we'll show you how to learn English through stories. Stories are not just entertaining. They help you naturally absorb vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. By the end of this video, you'll have powerful tips to make storytelling your secret weapon for mastering English. But before we dive in, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to ChatSmart English for more tips to boost your fluency. And don't forget to share this video with anyone looking for fun ways to practice English. Chapter 1. Why Stories? Work for learning. English. Stories are one of the oldest and most effective ways to learn. Think about it. We've all grown up listening to stories, whether they were fairy tales, family anecdotes, or thrilling adventures. These stories stay in our minds because they engage our emotions, imagination, and memory. When you learn English through stories, you're not just memorizing words or rules. You're seeing how the language works in real situations. You pick up sentence structures, new vocabulary, and even pronunciation without realizing it. For example, imagine reading a story about a boy lost in a forest. As you follow his journey, you learn words like trees, path, fear, and hope in context. You also see how these words are used in sentences, making it easier to remember them. Stories also make learning fun. Instead of boring exercises, you're immersing yourself in exciting plots, relatable characters, and meaningful lessons. That's why stories are perfect for anyone who wants to learn English in a relaxed and enjoyable way. Coming up next, we'll share how to choose the best stories for your level and goals. Stay tuned. Chapter 2. How to choose the right stories for your level. When choosing stories to learn English, it's important to pick ones that match your current skill level. If you're a beginner, start with simple stories that use easy vocabulary and short sentences. Think about children's books or stories with a lot of pictures. These help you connect the words with their meanings. As you progress, you can move on to more complex stories, like short stories or even novels. Look for books or audio materials that challenge you just enough to learn something new, without feeling overwhelmed. For intermediate learners, try stories that include a mix of dialogues and descriptive passages. They help improve both speaking and comprehension skills. Don't forget to look for stories with real-life situations. These stories will help you with practical language that you can use in everyday conversations. Whether it's a story about someone ordering food at a restaurant or making small talk at a party, these scenarios are what you'll encounter in real life. And as you become more advanced, challenge yourself with stories that feature native-like expressions, idioms, and slang. These will help you sound more natural when speaking with native speakers. Now, let's explore how you can use these stories effectively to practice speaking and listening skills. Chapter 3. How to use stories for speaking and listening practice. Once you've chosen a story, it's time to make the most of it for speaking and listening practice. Start by reading the story out loud. This helps improve your pronunciation and speaking fluency. Don't worry about being perfect. The goal is to get comfortable with the sounds of English. Next, try listening to an audiobook version of the story. Pay attention to how the narrator pronounces words and uses intonation. You can pause and repeat sentences to mimic their style. This will help you develop a more natural rhythm and tone in your speech. Another great tip is to shadow the audio. This means you listen to a sentence and immediately repeat it, trying to match the pronunciation and speed. It's like practicing with a coach, and it's one of the fastest ways to improve your fluency. Don't forget to engage with the story. After reading or listening, summarize the story in your own words. Imagine you're telling a friend about it. This activity boosts your confidence in speaking and helps you practice forming sentences. Finally, take note of new words and phrases. Use them in your daily conversations or write your own sentences with them. The more you use these words, the more they'll become part of your active vocabulary. Coming up, we'll discuss how to combine storytelling with writing to enhance your skills even further. Chapter 4. Combining storytelling with writing practice. Reading and listening to stories is powerful, but combining it with writing can take your English to the next level. Writing helps you reinforce what you've learned and improves your grammar, sentence structure, and creativity. Start by writing a short summary of the story you just read. Keep it simple if you're a beginner. For example, if the story is about a boy who finds a treasure chest, write a few sentences about what happened. Focus on using new words or phrases you learned from the story. As you become more comfortable, try retelling the story from a different perspective. Imagine you're one of the characters and describe the events from their point of view. This activity not only improves your writing, but also helps you think critically in English. Another fun idea is to create your own endings. What if the boy didn't open the treasure chest? What if he found something unexpected inside? Writing your version of the story keeps learning exciting and helps you practice thinking creatively in English. You can also keep a story journal. Every time you read or listen to a story, write down your thoughts, favorite parts, or lessons you learned. Over time, this habit will improve your writing fluency and help you track your progress. Next, let's dive into how to make storytelling a consistent part of your learning routine. Chapter 5. Making storytelling a daily habit. To truly benefit from storytelling, you need to make it a part of your daily English practice. Even 15 to 20 minutes a day can make a huge difference in your fluency. Start your day by listening to a short story or reading a chapter from a book. This will set a positive tone for your day and give you new words and phrases to use throughout. During your breaks or free time, revisit the story. Read it out loud or listen to the audio version again. Repetition helps you internalize the language and improve your memory. In the evening, reflect on the story by journaling or summarizing it to yourself. If possible, share the story with a friend or a language partner. Telling stories is one of the best ways to practice speaking and connect with others. You can also use technology to make this habit easier. Download story apps, use YouTube channels with English audiobooks, or join online storytelling groups. These resources can keep you motivated and inspired to keep learning. Remember, consistency is key. The more you immerse yourself in stories, the more natural English will feel to you. And now let's look at some specific story recommendations to help you get started. Chapter 6. Story recommendations for English learners. Finding the right stories is essential to make your practice enjoyable and effective. Here are some great recommendations tailored to your level. For beginners, The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle. A simple yet engaging story with colorful illustrations. Frog and Toad Are Friends by Arnold Lobel. Short, relatable stories filled with everyday vocabulary. For intermediate learners, The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. A beautiful tale with meaningful lessons and straightforward language. Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. A heartwarming story that introduces conversational English and descriptive writing. For advanced learners, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Dive into a magical world while learning complex sentence structures. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Perfect for exploring idioms, advanced vocabulary, and cultural references. Don't forget about short stories. Authors like O. Henry, Roald Dahl, and Mark Twain offer quick reads with impactful lessons and clever twists. Finally, use online platforms like Project Gutenberg or Audible to find free or affordable stories. There's a wealth of resources waiting for you to explore. Up next, let's wrap things up with some final tips and encouragement to start your storytelling journey today. As you can see, learning English through stories is not only fun but incredibly effective. It allows you to improve your speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills all at once. Here are a few final tips to make your storytelling practice even more impactful. Stay consistent. Make storytelling a daily habit, even if it's just for 10 minutes a day. Use different types of stories. Mix fiction, nonfiction, and real-life scenarios to expand your language skills. Don't rush. Enjoy the process. Take your time to understand the story, learn new words, and practice speaking. Share your stories. Whether with a language partner, friend, or even in an online community, sharing what you've learned helps reinforce your skills. Remember, language learning is a journey and storytelling is a powerful tool to help you reach your destination. By making it a regular part of your routine, you'll see noticeable improvements in your fluency and confidence over time. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who are also looking for creative ways to learn English. And don't forget to check out our other videos for more tips on mastering English. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and most importantly, enjoy the journey of learning English through stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.